Hello everyone. As a parent, aunt, uncle, grandparent, you have heard from your child that I am bored. Welcome to Entertainment Vibes. My name is Dr. Emelda Ntinglet from Anchor. Today I'm going to be discussing some of the strategies that will keep our children less bored and engaging during this lockdown as well as during the summer months. My strategies for today will focus on in-house activities that you and the children can perform together as a family to keep them away from being bored, as they always tell us. The first thing is for you to engage and collaborate with this child or children to come up with a good schedule during the period that they are home. You and I know during school period, they spend time at school with their friends, they engage in certain activities that the school has put together. You have to do the same thing to keep these children engaged. That schedule that you do put together, make sure you do not drive the direction of the schedule. Encourage and guide them to come up with some of the things that they like, and you spot them during the week in that schedule so that it will keep them busy. Do not allow the children dictate the direction of the schedule, because they will choose whatever they really want. As a parent, it's your responsibility to know what is good for the child and how you can help foster this child towards accomplishing and keeping them busy and engaged. The first thing in that schedule is to make sure that you add family time in it. That family time is normally the time that the parents and the children will sit together. You discuss certain things about the family. How do you feel about your brother, your sister, about how your parents are handling matters? What suggestions do you have that we can incorporate as a family to get us going? Allow the children to answer those questions and you take note of their responses. The next thing is to come up with family games in that schedule. Put a time when, as a family, you can sit together and play some games. For instance, you can do like a Uno, Monopoly games, Jenga. There's so many different things that are available. For instance, you can even come up with a game like this one, a biblical word search for the children. This will help the children to understand their Bible, in addition to you engaging in reading this Bible with them, giving them certain scriptures for them to read. Again, this is depending on whether you're a Christian or Muslim. You want to incorporate some of these things in your spare time with the children. This is not only going to help the children grow, but it will at least foster the bonding between you and the children. Also add into that schedule a family movie time. Allow the children to pick up a movie of their choice, or you decide on what movie you think is going to be best for you guys as a family. And you guys sit down maybe once a week and watch a movie together. During this period, get the popcorn together, snacks together, and also make it an educative session. Tell the children that after the movie, I would like you guys to sit down and tell me a story about what you saw in the movie, or what you heard, or what you learned in the movie. Or you can even task them to write it down. This is definitely an educational process for the children. The next thing is for you to engage the children in that schedule, making sure that you put in a time for you as a family to sit and cook together. Allow these children to participate in the cooking by just even bringing one ingredient or the other, or participating in cutting the onions, or just bringing the salt from wherever it is. All of this would keep these children very engaged, especially if they see that their parents are working together with them. Another thing is, after going ahead and cooking these meals, sit down as a family and eat these meals. I know it's very difficult in this country because everybody is busy working. There's very limited time that as a family you all sit together. But once in a while, at least once a week, engage in putting the meals on the table and you all sit together as a family and eat. During that time, engage the children in setting up the table, coming up with the utensils, the cutlery, and tasking one of your children to engage in the prayers. This will teach them how to pray. Endeavor not to avoid including times for the children to handle their normal chores for the day in that schedule. That schedule will include times that they should be able to step out and go do the normal expected requirements you had set forth prior to this period. For instance, time for them to make up their beds, fold their clothes, arrange their closet, arrange their shoes. All of that must be factored in that schedule. The next thing is, allow these children to have personal time to do their own things without you as a parent being around them. For instance, they might have their favorite shows on TV that they want to watch. Just give them time to do their own thing without you being there, and making sure you monitor, of course, what they're doing so they don't do anything outside of the range of what is expected. Also incorporate in this schedule time for storytelling, time for coloring, time for some artwork, time for drawing, time for reading the Bible itself, and generally just time for them to engage in study towards their next course. Luckily, we now have the internet that you can know exactly what is expected of a child in the next class during the next semester. Get them involved in that prior to the semester beginning, so that when they get to class, they already have an idea of what's going to be covered in math, English, physical ed studies, or social science or social services. Get them pre-engaged in these activities before the term actually begins. At least once a week, throw in that schedule some time that you and the child can role play their career goals for the future. For instance, if the child wants to become a medical doctor, put in some time in there that you can sit down as a patient, let the child sit there and help you out, see how they can ask you questions and to find out what's wrong with you, little things like that. If the child wants to become a teacher, allow the child to review some concepts and then come and present it to you as a family during that family time. One final thing is to incorporate challenges in this schedule. Think of something that you know the child cannot really do, and then put that in that schedule weekly to see if they can go through that challenge. For instance, threading a needle, making sure that this child does not hurt themselves when they're trying to do that. But as soon as this child accomplishes that particular challenging task, you want to commend them, you want to applaud them, you want to give them some treats to encourage them to start doing things that are outside of what they normally do. This will help that child's imagination and thought process. Be on the lookout for my upcoming videos on activities to do with your children during this lockdown or during the summer months. If you like this video, continue to give it a thumbs up, share with others, add comments below on whatever topic you would like me to discuss down the line. And do not forget to check out my blog for further details. Stay safe, stay blessed. Adios.